Return of the Ripper is an urban horror investigation adventure set in the district of Spitalfields. In this video, we're going to talk to the artists about some of the themes of the adventure. Chris, I'm very happy to have you as one of the interior artists on Return of the Ripper. You've read the text. Tell me what you thought.
It's an adult adventure, I would say, because we've talked about the religious theme, but also the theme of the horrible man mutilating women is sort of an adult theme. I won't play this one with my teenagers, but I would love to play it with a group of adults and see how they solve the mystery. And it makes you kind of motivated to try to find the justice. I think a lot of people mistake noir as not really having a moral viewpoint or focus, and that they just see the style of it and that everyone is kind of slightly corrupt. But a really good noir story has a strong moral character or two who are trying to seek justice. Yeah, they may fail, but the good detective is a good guy. He doesn't always play by the rules. Often just gets beat up because he's not that smart. He's on a moral quest. If your players are on a moral quest, I think that's great.
Yes, to me, horror is a moral genre because it takes what is evil and it makes it explicit. Horror forces us to look at our innermost fears by giving them a physical manifestation as a monster or a supernatural being or whatever.
Now, there's a Lamassu sort of god figure. Well, he's a positive figure in the Dungeons and Dragons mythology too, the Lamassu. So you're sort of giving him a darker shade here.
It's true. I wanted to play a bit with the expectations of the players. Jeff Dee picked up on that as well.
So you've talked a lot about law and chaos, and you seem to be implying evilness on the side of the sun worshippers. So does that mean that the chaotic moon worshippers are kind of good? Or is it more gray than that?
What I'm trying to suggest is that creativity draws its power from chaos, but that chaos also has a dark side. There's a very thin line between creativity and madness. The lawful cult don't want to destroy chaos, but they want to harness it and bring it under their control.
It seems like the Church of Rue, the masculine, lawful, rational, but probably fascist and totally evil cult is represented in their architecture and their iconography. And then the sort of suppressed female moon goddess cult. They don't have any architecture really, do they? So yeah, we should show that in the art.
I mean, there's nothing more lawful than a fascist regime, because they're all about rules and very harshly enforcing those rules. And the rules being bad rules, or you can have good rules. I'm not here to talk up D&D versus DCC, but I mean, in original D&D, there was only law and chaos too, right? I kind of like the 2-axis alignment system in D&D because it can get into things like that. Even if it's not really realistic, at least it gives you a metric to place things on.
It started as a war game, we have to remember, right?
Yeah.
So it made a lot of sense if you were playing war games to have another word for bad. So you have chaos and another word for good, so you have law. Plus, I guess Gygax really liked this book, 7 Hearts for 7 Lions. 7 Hearts for 7 Lions is fine. And Michael Moorcock stuff is fine. It's his world. But you can play in a Robert E. Howard world or another kind of world where you don't need chaos and you don't need law. It's not a part of the game that you need. I'm very hostile to the whole idea of alignment. I leave it off my character sheets and I never talk about it unless I'm forced to. I never found it affected the way we played the game. So it was more like you were told you were part of a political party, or you were told you were a Catholic, or you were told you were Protestant at the beginning of the game, and then you didn't really know what that meant and it really didn't matter. So, Also, it's a difficult word to spell.
That's a really nice analogy, Chris, and it's one that resonates with me. I was born in Northern Ireland, where we have these two communities, and you were born into one of them by random chance, and you're told that this is your political and religious identity. It wasn't until I left Northern Ireland at the age of 18 that I started to re-examine my own identity. Since then, I've thought a lot about how we define good and evil, and as people like me or people not like me. My personal journey of questioning identity and labels is at the heart of this adventure. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support Return of the Ripper, please back us on Kickstarter.